Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, February 13th. It's 1 p.m., and we're going to take a quick look at Ethereum and see what the price action is telling us. It's pretty clear that, for the past, I would say, a week or so here, just maybe less than a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, past 4 days, we've been going sideways. So nothing too exciting about the price action, just a bit of a sideways action. But we're reaching a level right now where we absolutely need to find support for us to continue to see some sort of a uptrend to the top here. It's pretty clear we've been finding that support at the ATMA as we go up, and if anything, it's more the buyers have more control over the sellers. And in terms of critical support lines here, critical zones, I would say we got a couple ideas of where those could be. So sideways action is pretty clear. We can tell that the volume has been decreasing over time. And what that's basically telling us, that there's less and less interest in the current price action. But that doesn't mean fully that this is gonna go down or is gonna drop fully. But it's just telling you that there's less and less interest in the current trend, right? So the current trend upwards. We're not seeing that massive amount of influx of people or buyers that are actually coming in. And I usually see that when we're reaching an area where everything that the price is getting squeezed. I call that the quiet area where people are just anticipating whether, okay, so who's going to make the first move? Are buyers going to come in, or are we breaking below the support or above it? So something to keep in mind, right? It's just so every time the volume drops, it's more like something pretty significant is about to happen, right? So in terms of that, we're seeing that the volume is extremely low, relatively speaking, right? This amount of volume we haven't seen since the beginning of January, basically, so a month and a half ago. And it's just saying a lot. And usually that's what happens. You have something like this over here where's my brush? So you have something where it just gets too quiet here to the bottom, and then we go up either in terms of selling or buying. Then again, you drop down again, you reach very low volume, then you go up, and it's just basically a cycle in terms of how people are reacting to the price action. That's what we're clearly seeing now. All the way up here, we're down, and then sometime soon here, are the buyers going to come in and push the volume up, or is it going to be the sellers that are pushing the volume up, right? So that's what we're trying to check and analyze if that's something that makes sense for us. So that's on the daily chart right now. The RSI is, I can see that the RSI is kind of getting stuck here around the 70. So we're getting to the overbought region, but we're just, the buyers are not pushing it past that where it's like, oh, extremely overbought, right? So, but we're definitely at the oversold region. Not a lot to say right now, I guess, on the daily because, it's all more of the smaller time frames that give you more visibility on the price, right? So that's something that on the smaller time frames, if you see that a current bullish or bearish signs are continue to accumulate on a lower time frame, you will eventually see that being reflected on the daily. So that's on the daily channel, and I see a daily candle, and I see that like based on the 4 days before, we're seeing that the body of each candle is very narrow, right? And I think it's somewhere between the 1 and the 3% here. So let's see. Yeah, 1 to 2%. There's probably like a 4% here. That's yesterday. We had a nice, pump. I wouldn't say a pump, but more like of a movement upwards yesterday, 3.2. But relatively speaking, we're not seeing those massive candles where the distance between the open and close is lengthy, right? There's more length to it. What we're seeing right now is that I'm seeing wicks to the upside, wicks to the bottom, wicks to the upside, wicks to the bottom. Body is very narrow, wicks to the upside to the bottom. So in terms of that, what that's telling me that the buyers and the sellers are basically that the market's kind of we're pushing upwards, right? Doesn't mean anything. Obviously, the buyers have more control, but it's not that they are overly powered by and we can see that by the price action, right? Just telling us that there's a battle happening. If we try to move up right away, we go back down, and the open and the close are extremely close to each other. So nothing like these candles over here. That's what we want to see. So and that's what happens basically at a breakout, right? So if we're looking back here, we're seeing that we're trying to push through all those all-time highs. We're seeing those massive moves. We get here, volume gets very quiet, and then boom, we explode right after. So that's what's happening right now. If we go back down, maybe we'll see even here that the MACD is also losing momentum over the past time here since the beginning of February, so the past 2 weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if we go maybe to the 1 hour, just want to zoom really inside here and see what's going on. We're seeing that the price action, this is the wick that you see on the daily, and we're seeing that we're clearly finding support along this zone over here, and that's what where Ethereum right now is sitting, right? So that's what we need to see. We need to see Ethereum finding support at this line over here. We're seeing a couple of things that I think that are pretty interesting to see. So in terms of our momentum, right? So if I zoom in, maybe just expand this a bit for you. So in terms of momentum right here, we're seeing that we went all the way up. We found that resistance along this zone over here around the 1,870, and we're clearly finding that support at the 100 EMA on the hourly chart, right? So that's what's happening here. Coupled with this support and the support at the 100 EMA, we are technically supposed to find the support and continue to push upwards, right? And that's what we want to see. So for the next couple, 3-4 hour candles, I would say, Ethereum needs to make a decision where we actually need to go up to continue to find that uptrend. But these are critical zones, because if Ethereum does any movement below like maybe the 1,764, we're going to see a catalyzed drop, right? So, but that's still not the critical zone in my opinion. I think this is the zone between the 1,738 and the 1,677. Well, actually, I will explain in a bit. But one thing about the MACD that I saw is that in terms of the momentum, right? So we go all the way above, we go all the way above, we start losing the momentum, right? Gives us a bit of time. We start seeing that as soon as we start ticking below, now the sellers are more in control. Now then it just cycles itself, right? The only thing that I'm seeing right now is the fact that we did go all the way down, and it was a bit parabolic, like the way the selling power was losing its power, I guess. We're going upwards like this, so we're doing this right here, right? We're going up like this, and then now we're kind of going sideways. We're supposed to literally just slice through if we actually have enough buying power to slice through at this rate over here. Let me just zoom in. We're supposed to, if buyers are holding themselves, we're supposed to see something like this, right, where it just continues to go up, maybe something like this. But now what's happening is that we went up and now we're kind of going a bit sideways, right? So meaning that that loss and the selling momentum is not as the rate of change to the upside is not as I would say steep to the upside, to the buying side, but it's more like, yeah, sure, no problem, and then it's kind of starting to skew sideways. So that's a bit concerning for me in terms of the price action, because it just tells me that the buyers didn't come in yet, and we want to see that soon. But not even that, we did push above, but not as much as we should, right? Not as much as here. So that's what we're seeing. We need to find the support over here, and we're finding that support the 100 EMA, and we're also seeing that the volume is going down, which goes back to our point here where we are. Where is it at? Yeah, where you're seeing that we're going all the way back down. How much we got? I would say 41 minutes for this candle to close, but we're getting to the quiet areas again before we see something major happen. So this is the area right now. We're gonna see that extended propelled movement somewhere. It's still bullish, so don't get me wrong, but we just need to find that support at the 1,761. We need to continue to push above, and I think right now for us to actually see that, I think Ethereum needs to break above the 1,823. We need to go above that for us to continue to see a movement towards the 1,907. Right, that's what we need to see. So break above the 1,825, 1,824 is a must. Support at this level over here the 1,783 is a must. And if we go below the 1,765, which is somewhere here, then I think we have that cushion to go back down to this zone over here. So if all these people that are in Ethereum right now that find that we are actually going below the 1,738, the previous higher low that we had, if we go below that, then I think that's going to catalyze a lot. But still, it's a zone. You have a lot of people that are waiting to come into Ethereum on a discounted price. So, we'll give them a bit of cushion to 1,679. And if that gets broken down, then I think we're going to have a really interesting drop back to the 1,485. So those are what I think that those are my thoughts on Ethereum. These are the critical levels. We're still bullish. Well, we just need to break above the 1,824 very soon here. Within the remainder of the day, we need to find and see that happening. So let me know what you think. Please, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. Let me know if I missed anything in the price action, and yeah, maybe we can discuss it and see what's more significant about those moves that we have over here. So if you like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want to support us on Patreon, definitely check the link in the description below. And thank you for watching.